Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadguru. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 7th Adhyaya, Dnyaan Vidyaan Yoga, and today our reading of 24th Shloka, where Sri Krishna is going to tell something about his own nature. Who is he ultimately? And Sri Krishna has told us at the beginning of this Adhyaya that Sri Krishna has said, I am going to tell you everything about me. By that, you will come to know who I am. In totality, I won't leave any stone unturned. I won't leave anything untold. I won't hide anything from you. I will open up my whole being to you. And Sri Krishna said, the previous 23rd shloka that we read last time, Sri Krishna told us that people, according to their level of devotion, they seek different things from gods. People of lesser intellect, the alpamedhasa, they will seek for things which are finite, which are short-lived. They will get those things if the worship is with Shraddha. Yes, God provides even those physical, gains to the devotees. The lesser gods provide things of lesser lifespan, for that matter. They're short-lived. So whatever one prays, one gets. That antavattu phalam tesham tad bhavatyalpamedhasam. Alpamedhasam, they get phalam of antavattu, having a short end, a short life, the finite. Devan deva yajo yanti mat bhakta yanti mamapi. And then those devotees, those worshippers, depending on the type of God they worship, they go to their regions hereafter. In the same way, Mat Bhakta, they come to me, they attain me, and that's the end of their life and death cycle. So that is what Sri Krishna told us in 23rd shloka as to what the people of lesser intellect they seek, and they get accordingly. Now in this 24th shloka, Sri Krishna is going to tell us about the characteristics of Sri Krishna, of the Ishvara, of the ultimate reality. Sri Krishna says, avyaktaṁ vyaktim āpannaṁ manyante mamāvyayam paraṁ bhāvam ajānanto mamāvyayam anuttamam. Avyaktaṁ vyaktim āpannaṁ manyate mam abuddhayaḥ. Abuddhayaḥ is again, Sri Krishna is talking about those people of the lesser intellect. Abuddhayaḥ, the foolish, with limited cognizance of the vast reality. They cannot comprehend the vastness of the Ishvara. So what happens? Such Abuddha, such people of limited intelligence, avyaktaṁ vyaktim āpannaṁ manyante. Manyante is they think. What they think? That I who am avyakta, who cannot be, who is unmanifested, who cannot take form, who is a formless entity, avyakta. That formless entity, that unmanifested reality, these foolish people, they think to be vyaktim. They think, I am in this body. That is their ignorance. That is their level of ignorance. Sri Krishna says, in reality, I am formless. I am nirakar. I am avyakta. I am nirguna. I have no qualities. I am not bound by sattva, rajas, tamas. These foolish people, these kids of lesser intellect, who have not evolved to the level of Dnyani, they consider it me to be vyakta rupa. In reality, I am avyakta. I am unmanifested. Paraṁ bhāvam ajānanto. Paraṁ bhāvam ajānantah. Param bhāvam ajānanto. mamāvyayam anuttamam. Param bhavam, the supreme nature. Ajānantah, they don't know, they are ignorant about my supreme nature. Mam avyayam anuttamam, that they don't realize my real nature, that I am avyayam. Lord is avyakta, unmanifested. Avyaya, the Lord is beyond mutations, immutable, changeless entity. There is no creation, preservation, destruction for the Lord. Anything which is vyayam, having some kind of a change. Vyaya is change. Anything that is born, sustains and gets destroyed undergoes this phenomena of vyaya, of change. Anything that comes as part of creation, preservation, destruction is bound to be changeable. But the Lord is avyaya, and He is also anuttamam, par excellence. There is beyond it is the ultimate good. Anuttamam, the most excellent. Sri Krishna says that such devotees of limited intellect, they consider me, which is beyond manifestation, to be manifested in this form, in this body. And they start praying to these lesser gods. Sri Krishna says, I am also that only, but that is not my real nature. My real nature is avyakta. My real nature is avyaya. My real nature is anuttamam. So that is what Sri Krishna tells us in this 24th shloka, that men of poor understanding think of me, the unmanifest, as having manifestation in this body, not knowing my supreme state, which is immutable and unsurpassed. There is nothing which is comparable, parallel, similar to me. I am beyond everything. I am beyond form. I am beyond the influence of any of the sattva, rajas, tamas. They come from me. I am not from, I don't belong to them, Sri Krishna says. He has told us that these gunas, they come from me, I don't belong to them. This world, this creation comes from me, I am not in it. So, I remain unsurpassed. I am anuttamam. I am beyond all these. And also, I am avyaktaṁ. I'm changeless. I'm immutable. Not like this coronavirus, which keeps on mutating every now and then, isn't it? From the original one to the Delta and Omicron, and then now Delmicron, what not is going to happen. God only knows for that matter. So, Sri Krishna says the beings of lesser intelligence who have not reached, who have not evolved to the state of Dnyani, they consider the ultimate reality to be confined in that form, to be manifested in that form. In fact, in reality, the Supreme Being is unmanifested. There is no form. It is that ultimate reality is nirakar and avyaktaṁ. It cannot take form. It cannot take a body for that matter. It is not a body, physical body. Beyond that, like we in reality, we are not the body at all. The one who is residing in this body is not the body. The one that is residing, dwelling in this body is very much a part and parcel of that avyakta, avyaya, tattva, the reality. Now, a benevolent and charitably minded millionaire may be in rags occasionally just for the fun of it. Maybe a highly, the wealthiest of the person, maybe just for the heck of it. Let me try how a beggar lives, and he may just give up everything and start living like a beggar for a day or two. And again, then he goes back to his own world of riches and the wealth. If a beggar misunderstands him as one in rags and passes by without availing himself of the rich man's charity, the poor man becomes poorer for his ignorance. Now, if supposing a multimillionaire takes the form of a beggar and sits one fine day, he says, okay, let me see how the beggar lives. And he goes and sits on the footpath, sitting beside a real beggar and starts begging. Now the real beggar, he's not knowing that this fellow could be, so rich. And not knowing that his neighbor beggar is really so rich, he will never ask that the hidden beggar, under a disguised beggar, to give him anything. So, for him, that beggar is also like him only. So, why to ask from him? What can he give me? But if he knows, oh my God, this fellow, he is under the garb of a beggar, under the disguise of a beggar. He is sitting beside me and also begging of people. Then he will say, hey, my friend, I know who you are. Just be my friend and give me something. He won't beg. Having known his reality, having known this fellow is not a beggar actually, he is a multimillionaire. This beggar, he will say, he won't beg, but like a friend, hey man, do something for me also, no? Like that. So, Sri Krishna says that in reality, I am avyaktaṁ. But people under that limited intelligence, ignorant of the fact that who I am, they consider me to be a lesser god, start worshipping with Shraddha and get what they deserve, what they ask for, which unfortunately is finite, which is short-lived. If they ask liberation from me, having known me as who I am, the ultimate reality, they will come to me only. That's what Sri Krishna says. So, such verily is the lot of those ignorant of the glory of Ishvara. They don't know Ishvara. I mean, they consider the beggar to be a beggar only, not that a rich man under the guise of a beggar. An incarnation of God like Sri Krishna assumes a human body just as the bound souls do. For the sake of devotees, this avyakta, this avyaya assumes body to teach what is the truth. Like Sri Krishna in this Bhagavad Gita is telling us what is the reality, what is the transitoriness of this world, how it differs, what is our real duty. All these things Sri Krishna is teaching us, having taken the form of that Sri Krishna. But he is no more bound in the manifested body than the sky seen through a window is bound within the frame of that window. The incarnations, although they take the body, yes, in that limited, form, they appear before us. They appear before us in that limited form with those qualities, but we take them. We take these forms, we take these qualities of this ultimate reality as the true nature. We don't go beyond that. We don't go beyond those limited forms and limited qualities. The manifested body of Sri Krishna is mutable. Yes, Sri Krishna also, like when we read the life of Sri Krishna, born to Devaki and Vasudeva in that prison of his maternal uncle, Kansa, and then Vasudeva bringing that infant child Krishna crossing over the river Yamuna, shielded by the Vasuki or Shesh Nag, shielded by that divine serpent, taking him to the house of Nanda and Yashoda, leaving Krishna there. And then we see there are so many changes that have been happening in the life of Krishna as a physical change from a tiny infant, young child, playing with the cowherd boys, with the Gopa and Gopis, and then Krishna and Radha and the Gopis having that Rasa Leela, then going to Mathura and getting rid of his demon-like uncle, that Kansa. We every day in our Krishna Vandana we read that Kansa Chanura Mardhanam, the slayer of Kansa. Then the great friend, philosopher and guide of the Pandavas. So there has been a change in the physical change. May not be the mental change as such, because Krishna is Krishna. He is born with that everlasting intelligence. But physically there has been change, mutation. Yes, he is mutable for that matter, the physical form of Krishna. The manifested body of Krishna is mutable, but in reality he is immutable and unsurpassed by ordinary human beings. He is beyond the grasp of our human capabilities for that matter. His supreme state remains unknown to the people of poor understanding. And we just think, oh, Krishna is just a cowherd boy. Krishna is just a Gopal. Krishna is just a friend of Arjuna. But in reality, what is the real nature? They do not therefore seek to worship the real him. They are happy with Gopal, because that is what, to the level they have grown. The devotees, they have grown to that level. They will worship only that God, and they will attain that God also. They will also attain those regions, but that is not the end of it. Again they have to come back. Again they have to start the journey forward. And in this context, Sri Ramakrishna used to tell his very close disciples. Sri Ramakrishna used to say that at times I feel there are two persons in this body. He never used to refer to him as I. He used to refer to this body, this sheath, this pillowcase, kind of. Those were the terms he used to use for himself. And he says, at times, there are two beings in this sheath. One is the devotee, and the other is the immutable. That was the realization Sri Ramakrishna had. That there is a devotee with the vyakta roop, with the vyaya, which is changeable. And also there is avyaktaṁ, avyayam. So that is the realization. Of course, I mean, these incarnations, they have that realization. They know what is their real nature. But for us, they are appearing in that limited form, in that changeful form, which is always changing. Otherwise, what was the need for Sri Ramakrishna getting into that state of that deadly cancer of throat? A divine incarnation, undergoing such pain and trouble and such a disease. It happens. The moment the infinite divine takes up this finite body, the body also has to undergo, like any other human body, has to undergo all these changes, all the sufferings, all these worldly experiences. Even the unmanifested has to get into. So Sri Krishna in this 24th shloka has little bit, he has told about his true nature. Not fully yet. We are yet to know what is Sri Krishna in his fullness, in that totality. We are yet to know that. But here he has given an indication that people of limited intellect, that abuddhayaḥ, they consider me to be manifest. They consider me to be vyakta, although in reality I am avyaktaṁ. And they don't know my supreme nature, but the supreme nature. Supreme nature. What is the supreme nature? It is avyaya. It is changeless. It is immutable, and it is anuttamam. It is beyond comparison. Beyond there is no parallel to it. Anuttamam. There is nothing better than this state of mind, which is imperishable, which is permanent, which is not fickle, which is not, it comes and goes. It is there forever, shining in its own glory. So that is Sri Krishna's nature that we have little bit understood in this 24th shloka of the Dnyāna Vidyāna Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That is our reading for today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.